Well, welcome back to Off-Road Worldwide Online. We've got another episode for you now, looking at one of the start-off events for the beginning of the challenge season, an absolutely monumentally epic event. It's into its 7th year now. We're going to introduce you to the organiser in a minute, and it's conveniently just following St David's Day, of course. So I'd like to bring into the studio Jason Nobby Morgan. Welcome to Off-Road Worldwide Online.
Afternoon.
There we go.
How are you?
Lovely. Now, Jason, this is one of the start-off events of the season. It really gives it a heck of a kick start, as they're just following St David's Day as well. It's one of those events that really does start to get the adrenaline pumping. We've had King of the Hammers. We know that really got it buzzing over there, and it's sent a wave across the ocean right over to here. And everybody at the moment is talking about the Welsh Xtrem. You've really created something special.
Yeah, I'd like to think it's pretty special, a bit different. And it started off with a bit of a joke, really, to be honest with you. It's hard to say. It's difficult, you know. The event itself was something I wanted to put back into the off-road world after competing for so many years, and that's where I went. I blame other people for it.
Well, there's a name that a lot of people know that I understand Jerry Hunt was in there right at the beginning.
Yeah, Jerry's a lot to blame for it. It was all his fault. It started about maybe 11 o'clock on a Saturday night in the middle of a Welsh forest. So I blame him. Although the name, the Welsh Xtrem, actually come from Jim Marsden. The original name was called The Revenge of the Sheep. Jim Marsden had some very sharp words to me on a 6:30 on a Saturday morning and said, "It ain't going to work." So that's when we changed the name.
Quite glad too. But it is a great team you've developed, and a really, really good event. As I say, you're into the 7th year now, and it seems to be improving every year. It was a 3-day multidiscipline event, 4x4 challenge event. And it really does push the drivers to the limit. Just give me a brief rundown of what the event's actually about. How do they take part? Where do they start? What's the toughest bits of it?
So it's all tough. You know, at the end of the day, they've got to finish the event. So Friday is a bit of we call it a warm-up. Fun Friday, warm-up, whatever you want to call it. It's when people, because it's the first big event of the year, people get back in and starting to get back into know people and let the fun and the camaraderie take place then. So that is it on a Friday, daytime. Then they have a short break, and we've got the night section, which is normally a nav scatter with some other things thrown in. Then we got that normally finishes about 10:30. Then we got the Saturday, which is this year is slightly different. We've got 15 special sections and 5 super special sections. The super special sections are going back to when I first started competing, something a little bit different. So they've got to think outside the box. It's not just a challenge section. And as well as that, they've got 20 normal punches to collect as well, if they can find them.
It's tough, and then of course you've got to gig up in Super Sunday as well. It's a full-on weekend. You've got an auction in the middle of it. It's just relentless.
Because it's pretty good. It's plenty of seat time as long as they keep going, and anybody can win it. It's it's not all down to the bank balance. That's why we do it. It's all down to keeping the car going and getting to the finish line.
Well, you've got some pretty good names in there, and people do keep coming back for more. There's a lot of repeat competitors, and I know that as soon as you post the fact that the entry's open, you're swamped and you're pretty full within probably 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky with the Xtrem. Although slightly different with the Xtrem, we do like a loyalty scheme sort of thing. So I give because the first year was we were unsure how it'd work. So for the people who supported me in year 1, I give them like an extra time to enter then for year 2. And that's the way I work it now. So if you enter the previous year, you've got like a 2 weeks grace, 4 weeks grace to get your entry form in, so you haven't got to rush. That's just showing a bit of respect and loyalty to the previous year's competitors.
Which I think is fantastic. It does mean that you create a real sort of family feel about it. Before we go any further, though, yeah, even amongst the organisers as well as the crews and competitors. But Jason, take me back a bit. How did you actually get into off-road motorsport? Where are your roots in all this?
I actually started trialling. Oh my God, how old am I? My boy is 26 now, so I started trialling about 24 years ago. And then my bank manager stopped me competing. Just didn't have money in the pot. I think I bought a Lada Niva for my wife. It's too big for her back and forth work. It kept breaking down, so I ended up taking the offer and doing a bit of green laning. And then progressed from there. Started, I think my first competition was Howling Wolf 2006, I think it was. I think, oh my God, it was, yeah, 2006. That was,
it's all merges, isn't it?
It was Scorpion then. It was Scorpion Racing then. The Always Drive Club Scorpion Racing. So that's what we done. Went from there.
It's just, it is a wonderful, we call it a sport, but actually it's an entire lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And I don't think there's any other sport anywhere in the UK, Europe or whatever, that if you need a part, somebody can get you one of those parts from anywhere in the UK. If I broke down in Scotland or in Devon or Cornwall, I could phone somebody and I know somebody would come and help. And it's happened. Brilliant.
Absolutely right. It is, and it's like that across the entire sport, whether it's top level, right on the baseline level. It doesn't make any odds, and it's one of the few sports where you can still just walk into the pits, talk to people. All the big names, the international drivers are there, and the real grassroots drivers are there, and everybody just mixes.
Yeah, definitely. And this year we've got some complete novices to the event. I don't know what they're going to let themselves in for. I do feel sorry for them.
So who are the newest ones? Who are the ones coming in that you think really are going to get a bit of an eye-opener, to put it mildly?
Okay, so I think, look on my other screen as well. So first time event this year for a guy called Matt Bowler. First time, I think it's actually his first ever event as well. Nice
car though. Really nice car.
Matt Bowler, the first event. We've also got a guy, I'm sorry, wait 1 sec, Philip Harris as well, I think his first event. So that's the new one. And the first time at the Xtrem is a team, Roy Mallet as well.
Oh, Roy and Royce.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. First time
that's fantastic.
I don't know. I don't think they haven't been before, so I think they may have been a bit of a shock. Also, a couple of the Irish lads coming over for the first time as well. So yeah, and we got obviously a couple of foreigners coming over. We got Dutch, we've got Belgian, French, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah, quite a few.
Truly international team. It like I say, it's one of those. It's become a bit of an iconic event. It's a bit cult, really, isn't it? You know, you need to be part of it.
I'd like to think so. It didn't actually start off that way. It really didn't. There was no intention for that.
I think it's happened.
It kind of happened, and you know, it's like with it. I do blame Jerry. It is his fault.
He himself. Terrific driver, Jerry Hunt, brilliant driver, and again another really good ambassador for the sport too.
Well, yeah, and in fairness, Jerry, because he started, it was his idea when it was a bit of over a can of lager night and on the fire, and he actually sorted out the first prize for the event back in 2013 as well. Fair play to him. And I remember at the end of the event, he dragged me into his lorry and he went, "Hey son, you pulled it off."
Bless him. Brilliant.
And, yeah, it was a hell of a feeling, good feeling.
Now look, it's one thing that marks events, and I'm going to show you a little picky in a minute, Giles, if you can capture my screen there. This is a T-shirt that many moons ago I had a newspaper called Off-Road Motorsport. Now, my thanks to TJ Mulford for modelling superbly. He actually posted it the other day and he's still got it and it's still washing up and still coming up. And I thought, you know what, we've really got to start collecting these old T-shirts and having a use for them, because I've got a cupboard full of the things. So there's one of my very first T-shirts. Jason, have you got one of your early T-shirts from the Welsh Xtrem?
I do have the original.
Let's have a look. This is going to be show us your T-shirts.
It's slightly worse than that. So that is the first ever one.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this was the Marshall
logo.
T-shirt back in 2013.
That's
we had the charities on the top.
It's a great logo, isn't it? Look at that on the back. Fantastic. So, if anybody's still got their first one, hang on tight, because I think they're going to become collector's items. So, different T-shirt every year.
So there are some guys who actually won't wear their T-shirts.
I've got loads that I won't wear.
There is one of the Irish teams, Tom Conroy. I don't think he's actually worn all his T-shirts. And also our recovery crews as well. They're on their hangers. They don't wear them.
I love it. Neither do I. I've got stacks, all the ones, rainforest, the lot. And talking about the Irish crews, we used to have a tremendous lot come over. Dermot Drennan and the rest of the gang is come over and compete for many years. And they do have quite an active scene over there. It's pretty good. So it's really good to see it really bringing everybody together. And down to, I mean, you must have one of the most extreme landscapes around. It's brilliant for this sort of thing, isn't it?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm very lucky, like some of the Irish teams, one in particular, he's been to every event I've ever done. Every event I've organised, he's made the journey over and he's competed in every single event.
Well, it does bring me to one of the reasons why, Jason, and that is because you are a very charismatic person, and also, I think, one of the most genuine people that I've ever had the joy to talk to. Just knowing a little bit about your lifestyle, honestly, and this is where you are going to blush and probably try and kick me off the screen, but you're such a generous person. Not only do you run this event, you've got a little series. Honestly, goodness, you've got more energy than a Tesla battery. You run so many events during the year, but you give so much to so many people, and not just in off-road motorsport, on the home front too. You know, you're a foster carer, and you know, Michelle, you do that's a beautiful thing to do, really beautiful. But also, when you run your events, you raise an awful lot of money, and it is a lot of money, and you give it all to different charities. It's really beautiful. Yeah,
I think over the years we've raised a lot of money, quite a lot. I think the Xtrem has raised on its own about, I think it's 36,000 this year, up to this year, which is a lot. And we don't just go to charities, we go to good causes as well.
Yeah.
So it hasn't got to be a registered charity. So we actually class as a good cause. So it can be, it could be anybody really who deserves the money. It's good. And I've met some great people in what we do, real great people. And the off-road communities, they just keep on digging deep, and every year we get blown away. Every year.
I think it's wonderful, but it takes somebody like you to bring everybody together to do so much good, and just without looking for anything back from it, you just do it. And that is why people will follow you, will come to your events, will keep giving, because of who you are, but also because what you do is imbibe a wonderful spirit into your entire team. Now, I know your crew works incredibly hard too. There's no, as you said, you think there are no big pay packets, nothing like that, but they do it because they want to be part of what you do.
You know what? It actually costs us money to put the event on.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I can believe it.
You know, people come from all over the place. I got a regular marshal. He's changed his vehicle last year, but over the last couple of years, he'll put a caravan in the back of his Land Rover, 55 mile an hour from Dumfries down to Wales. When it gets too loud, he turns the music up a bit louder. He's brilliant. He just comes down, smack in, you just get back in his van and drive home. Brilliant.
But that's what happens when somebody is at the core of something so very special, and that's the very beautiful part of your life. You also have an absolute extreme part of your life. And if I say nobbynosis, everybody's going to wonder what the heck I'm talking about. But if you're wondering why I won't look him in the eye, there's a really good reason. You do a fantastic hypnosis stage act.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. I've seen a bit of it. It's quite extraordinary. Now, I was told, don't go anywhere near a hypnosis or hypnotherapist, hypnotist, what I can't even say the words now, because I'm rather susceptible, and that's why I'm not going to look you in the eye, because from hearing what other people, I'll be playing the piano and stamping on ants before I know it, I think. So that must be just so much fun though. Do you travel around the country, or do you international? How does that work?
I try and do a bit. It's just time. I have got a member of the team who is very susceptible, and he actually raised £100 for charity. A guy called Chris Kelly. So our name's the pot. It's like Hypnotised by John. And I turned him into a roaring lion in the middle of the marquee. Now there is a video. Yeah.
I'm not coming anywhere near. Honestly, it's hopeless. Oh dear. I had to have some CBT. I had to have some CBT once, and honestly, they had to stop it because I got high as a kite. I was coming out crying, laughing all the time. But it's so I'm just if you start off happy, it's you come over the top, don't you? Oh dear. I'd love to see you stage act though. That I really would like to see. But that was what makes it so much fun. Now I'm going to switch across quickly to my screen again, Giles, so that's okay. I will show you. This just gives you a tiny hint of what the Welsh Xtrem is about. There's the page for it. Go to Facebook, honestly, because you'll find out loads and loads about it. That's what it looks like. Thanks, Giles. But I mean, this year, loads to look forward to. This is going to be a cracking event. Now, we've talked about some of the drivers that are coming in on the start line, the grassroots. You've also got some very top level drivers, past champions coming in as well. Do you want to run through a few of those?
That's going to be a hard one because I will forget somebody.
That's all right. When you finish the event, come back and you can talk about them then.
Okay, so we got a couple of people who helping out this year. Alan Sharp, he won the event 3 years, and they've always said that when you win something 3 times, they'll retire from that event. They won't enter, so they're helping out this year. So looking at my other screen, there's a couple of people who have won the event who are coming back again. We've got Duncan Smith and Henry Papworth. I think they won back in I think it was 2017, I think. Then we've got, I always pronounce their name wrong, Wijnia from Holland, I believe they are. They won it last year, and their vehicle is immense. They're so light, it's perfect for our countryside. It's really good. And not to insult anybody else and forget anybody else, you know, we've got some brilliant teams. We've got Seamus from Ireland, Darren O'Gorman from Ireland again, who will be chomping at the bit. He'll be really going for it again this year. Who else have we got? We got Nick Hansen. Tom He Runs as well is another guy who's going to be quite high up, I reckon. There's loads. You know, for full list, you need to go on the entry list. I can't name everybody, we'd be here all day. But yeah, we've got 37 teams who are really going to be.
Brilliant. Now, just to give us because this spectators very welcome, and all the instructions are on your Facebook page and your website. Yep. But just to give us some idea, is there going to be any advantage at all if you've got particularly speedy, fast motor, if you're just really seriously experienced, or is it going to be down to suspension, you know, or is it going to be your winchman? Which is going to give you the edge this year, do you think?
It's always the old saying, to finish first you've got to finish. And because there's so many different disciplines, it's proven time and time again that whoever different person will win the warm-up, a different person will win the night section. Then we've got, obviously, the Saturday is a totally different ball game. And then whoever's standing on the Sunday, it can be down to anybody. And that's what I like about it. It's not all down to the bank balance. It really isn't. Although it does help in the breaks. You've got a lot of spares, but as far as building the car goes, it's been proven time and time again. It's not all down to bank balance.
So it can be hare and tortoise. You might have something that's really, really got so much acceleration, and something else with pure torque, and they've both got the same chance.
Yeah, and it's also as well because of the nature of the sport. It's how good the teamwork as well. It's not just the driver. It's not just the co-driver or the vehicle. It's all three. There's three parts to it, and if one fails, they're all going to fail.
Yeah, it sounds it's going to be something else again. I can't wait to follow it. We're going to be following it on Facebook all the way. You're doing live reports back as well this year.
Again, yeah, we've got. We started it back in 2017. We started doing a lot of live feeds. We had 2017 we had Jim going around, Jim Marsden. 2018 we had Jerry going around, who's coming back this year. Bless him.
Excellent.
So we do a lot of live feeds along with myself and Stacey. We're doing a few live feeds as well. And also we've got some good media guys doing films, some media updates, videos of the day. And also we've got photographers as well.
Brilliant. I'll tell you what, this is the one thing that we've said for a long time now, is we need more media coverage for the event, for the crews, for the drivers, and also for the sponsors as well. It's the right thing to do. And what you've done is made it very, very easy for us to get involved with you and to maybe take this event to another new audience, people that maybe just wouldn't know where to come to find it. Hopefully we can feed them across to you. You've got a terrific Facebook page, fantastic website, and I know Stacey Reese has been working really, really hard on it. My thanks to her for putting it with my little pinging messages backwards and forwards to get you into this broadcast for us. So I think you've absolutely nailed it. Finally, it's an event that really has got John Aston's another one, the British Cross Country, who really know how to help the media to portray the event and share in it. It's fantastic. And we offer Worldwide have to thank you enormously as well, Nobby, because you've allowed us access to it. So we'll be following you, following them from the event live, and we'll post it as well so people can come through us and then get direct to you. Spectators as well, actually on site, you're very welcoming there too.
Yeah, you've got to have some. As much as we love spectators, sometimes it is quite hard. Sometimes spectators just don't listen. They like to get as close as they can, and it's just not possible because they just don't see the dangers, and it's not the most easiest sport to look at. So yeah, it's quite difficult. Although spectators are welcome, friends, family, teams, just come and have a look. It's great. Although weather-wise, it's not looking too hot at the moment.
So even if they come and just get a feel for it, they can go home then and follow you all the way live online too.
And that's what happened last year. The weather on the Friday was atrocious, but we still had people standing there, and then they went home and watched the following day on live.
Excellent. Well, this is an incredible start to the season, and as I say, really picking up beautifully on that wave of adrenaline coming over from California and Johnson Valley there. It's brilliant, and I think you've picked up and taken the baton and you're really running with it. I think it's going to be a great event and a cracking start to see which vehicles are out there. I think there's going to be one or two surprises as well. I'd be keeping my eyes on that Matt Bowler there. There's something, that's looking a tasty bit of car, that one. But this is just the start. You've got 2 or 3 events further on in the year as well, and none other than the Welsh 150. It's just another epic event.
Welsh 150, that's coming back. That'll be in June. That's already sold out. I think we've done 40 entries in 32 minutes. So pretty happy with that. Then August, I've got our team event, which is very laid back. Dragonswood. It's fun, lovely little village in just like Bridge North. Great site, very small, very compact. Oh, it's it's nice to just go there and just rather be people shouting and screaming, just everything just ticks and it's brilliant.
That's so nice. Yeah.
I've got another event then in November, which I'm doing a memorial event for somebody who passed away 2 years ago. Very, very famous event. And then also we got a little event in December, which is just a little social.
Oh, it sounds terrific.
Plus, I don't know. I've also got to go to other events as well to show my face. So I'm off to Belgium in May, Scotland as well in April, all the way around, something like that. So yeah, all over the place.
Where do you get the energy? And please, can I have some? It's quite remarkable, honestly. But you do.
Quite testing this year, I got to say.
Well, I'll tell you, Nobby, honestly, what you do for the sport is phenomenal and it should be applauded. And that's what we want to do with Off-Road Worldwide, is not just show the events and the crews. We also want to show the organisers and the marshals and all the crews that get involved behind the scenes. And your team is second to none. It's fantastic. So hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of them through the weekend on the live feeds as well. Maybe even talk to one or two marshals, because they are, without them, we don't have events. And we say it every time, but it's so true.
Definitely not. And I've only got 3 more years left of the Xtrem.
What?
Yeah, I said I'll do 10 and I'll be at the stop.
No! You can't. No, we're just warming up. Yeah. Oh, well, you'll come up with something different, because you just won't stop. You just are that sort of person. There'll be something. But you've given so much of it, and we have to thank you immensely for taking time out to talk to us at Off-Road Worldwide. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll look forward to following you all the way through. My thanks to Stacey and Shell for, did she bring the cup of tea earlier? I think. For all the support. But to all your team as well, we look forward to talking much more about the events as you do through the year, and you go through the end, and following you all the way. But for now, Jason Nobby Morgan, thank you very, very much indeed. Before we go, would you like to just run through a few of your sponsors, or do you have something that you can hold up and show us all of your sponsors?
I can't run through all the sponsors because there are too many.
There's one for every stage.
I can't. I think with the supporters, I can give you a quick rundown. Let me find my list, because I will forget.
What we can do is we can also bring it up there for you, and that shows you, I've got it on the screen there if you want to, Giles, which will bring up the whole, there you go. There's the banner there, and that shows quite a few of them. And it's great to see just some of those names. Goodwinch, just there for Pioneer, of course, Raz. There's so many. But do you want to run through any special thanks there at all, Jason?
I want to thank everybody. I can't name anybody because it's just not fair. Everybody who's got a part of it. Obviously, my event team, I couldn't do it without them. My wife, who's sitting in the back room, if it wasn't for her, I couldn't do what I do.
Hi, Shell. You are wonderful.
She's in the background. But yeah, she's trying to keep the children quiet. So yeah, if it wasn't for her, I leave for site tomorrow with about 6 of us. We leave and we're back. We're there for the week. So yes, we got all the sponsors, all the supporters, some who just give money. There's certain people, I want to do some work to the site. They just, I'll support that. I'll sponsor that. I get messages all the time. I get people sending me, just put that back in. Competitors don't ask for change on some of the things. They just buy things. Yeah, keep the change. Stuff in the auction, they just bid for stuff. Brilliant. Everybody who is part of the Xtrem, no matter where it is, whether people are watching, sharing, buying, competing, marshalling, shoveling, moving bags of rubbish, everybody's here patting the back. How's that?
Brilliant. Absolutely word perfect, Jason. Thank you so much. We will talk again. I hope you will come back and talk to us. It's been an absolute joy. Thank you, Shell. Thank you, kiddies, for being quiet for us. That was brilliant. And hopefully one day we'll meet you all in person. But for now, Jason Nobby Morgan, thank you so much for telling us all about the Welsh Xtrem 2019. Best of luck to everybody, and we'll be following you all the way.
Thank you very much. See you now. Bye-bye.
Still there, Jason?
There we are.
Yay!